This is a special presentation from the Brighton Central School District.
Good evening and welcome. It's 7 o'clock and we're going to get started. I'm hoping myself, as the principal here at Town Hall, to spend about 30 minutes with you. Hopefully no more than that, 30 minutes, because then we're turning it over to our senior students who will be graduating in the class of 2025 this June to share what life is like at Brighton High School. And I have not prepped them. They know some of the questions we might ask, but it's basically what they're going to offer to you. That's why I'm so excited that so many students have also come with their families here tonight. Welcome. Let me be the first to welcome you officially to Brighton High School in the class of 2029. This will be, I'll be finishing up my 13th year as the high school principal, starting my 14th next year. How many of you sitting in the audience actually had me as a high school biology teacher? Anyone? One in the back? Oh, two over here. Yep. How many of you were, oh, three. How many of you were here when I was teaching, but maybe you didn't have me as a teacher? Okay, now I'm really old, getting ready to call it quits maybe in 4 years. We'll see. No. Well, welcome to all of you and welcome home. And how many of you are Brighton grads? A Brighton grad at some point. Okay. How many have, this is your first child entering the high school? First child, get your hands up. Usually it's the most who show up tonight. How about second child? Quite a few too. Third child. 3 children. Look around. They're the people you want to find afterward, okay? How about 4 children? Oh, 4 in the back. Do I have 5? Do I have 5? Anyone with 5 children? Oh, over here. Fantastic. Any more than 5? 6, 7. Oh boy. Well, that's who you want to find and get their numbers so they can help you feel better about what's going on here, Brighton. There's some seats here in the middle. If you want to come down, I'm sure people will move in. So yes, they're going to the high school. For those of you who have your first child coming to the high school, I would say please seek out people that already had children come through here. I would say for the most part, people generally have a pretty decent time here at Brighton High School. Come out in 4 years, maybe 5, maybe 3, depending on your child, or 3.5. The traditional 4 years is still there, but we have kids that go longer, shorter, and we have just a little bit of everything for all of you. And we're excited to share that with you tonight. And part of my goal tonight is not only share stuff about Brighton High School, but to make our families, and especially our students, feel a little more comfortable as you think about coming to the high school in September of 2025. And maybe if you're a little anxious or you're feeling a little nervous, that we can take some of that away from you and let you finish up a great semester at the middle school, but really get excited for what you're going to be a part of for the next 4 years here at Brighton High School. Our mission at the school, I tell the students, you know, as we give presentations, the assistant principals, myself, to students every year about just general code of conduct and just how we want to treat one another in our school. A lot of the kids laugh when I say, how many of you are going to move back to Brighton and start your family here? I'll never come back here. Rochester, I want New York, I want Chicago, whatever. And guess what? A lot of people move back to Brighton and settle down. So whether you're here now as a student, or you're going to be a student, or a student here now, or you're going to be a parent sending your children here, like you, I would hope you'd want this to be the way the environment your child goes into each and every day. And we're not perfect. We always have things that we can grow and do better with. But I would say that we do our best to make this mission statement a reality. And when we have people that interfere with this reality statement that we want, and this is our mission for the high school, we intervene, we try to educate, and work with them. But this is what we want for all of you and our children. We also have a great culture, climate, leadership team. And I would challenge any of you freshmen, when I send a letter home in August, I'll ask for volunteers. And you can be a rep at large, or if you join some of these clubs, these different groups, maybe you're on student council, any of the other clubs, service clubs, ethnic minority clubs, or religious clubs even, they're all a part of our leadership team, and you can be a rep at large from the 9th grade class, or be a member from any of those groups. We come together once a month, we look at data, how our students are doing, how they're feeling, we talk about what we can do to improve the school, and we put those items into action. And I'm really excited about that group. Tonight we have these fellow seniors, maybe you know some of them, or maybe they're neighbors, or you've seen them on the sports field or on the stage, a little mix of everybody here tonight. They're going to be with us at the end. About the high school, the best thing I can say is hold on to this packet. There's a lot of information in here. Some of it might not make sense now, but it certainly will in the fall when you start hearing about free periods and open campus again. Or BSC, Brighton Support Center, BST, Brighton Support Team. It's all in here to refer to, so keep it handy. And page 9 through 11, our high school profile is in there if you haven't looked at it already. That's just basically a 2-page document that kind of gives you a snippet of what Brighton is like. How many students go here in general, how many were in last year's senior class, how we fall academically, what colleges our students go to, how many go to military, how many go off to 2- and 4-year schools. So a little bit of information for you. And as I said, the high school profile, the 8th grade family night packet right here, and of course the website. And when you start coming to the high school, you will start getting Hall's Corner. And I will try to only send it once a week, and you can read as little or as much as you want. Mr. Bowens, one of our APs, has actually helped me do a podcast with it. So you can listen to it while you're in the car and learn about Brighton, especially if it's your first child coming through. Probably after the first year, you'll know everything. Our PTSA, do we have any of our PTSA reps here tonight? Let's see. All right, well, these 3 parents will remain our PTSA reps going into next year. PTSA is incredible. We work with them on all sorts of projects, and I'm just excited that they're a part of our community. And PTSA here in Brighton, you're all members if you buy the calendar, but they will be there to answer questions and be there for you throughout the year as well. And although there are not as many opportunities for parents to volunteer here at the high school, and generally the kids probably don't want you to be volunteering at the high school, there are a few, and we welcome you to come in when those happen. So listen for that, especially our Brighton Police Day. Mr. Jeff Green, Director of Student Family Engagement. You want to say hello, Jeff? Stand up.
I'm stuck. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Jeff, many of our students know Mr. Green from the middle school, and actually in another year, as a 6th grader, will know you from French. Right? Not yet, but they will.
Nice to meet you, Jeffrey.
Oh, that's right. We've been working with them already, so I'm thinking 6th grade. So K-12, family, student engagement, there's Jeff's email and phone number that's in the packet as well. Great person to contact if you just have a question. You don't want to call maybe me as the principal or somebody at the school. You just want to talk it through with Jeff. That's what he's there for. And then he will connect with us, and it's a great partnership. And your students will see him K-12, and he works with a lot of our kids here off and on in various roles. And he's a part of CCLT as well. Our counseling department, all of their names are there. And let's see. Page 12 through 14 and page 15 will list some of the administrative duties and who our counselors are assigned to. Right now, we have not assigned counselors to the class of 2029. But when you're assigned a counselor, your counselor will be your counselor for 4 years. So they will really get to know you. They will only have about 40 students from the 9th grade class per counselor. So they get to know those students very well. And we also have a dedicated college and career counselor who will work with students on not only the college process, but we know Brighton, we send a lot of kids to college, but we send a lot of kids off to the trade school. You'll hear from some of those students tonight, and off to the military and gap years, and they can talk to you about just about anything. So you'll be assigned a counselor later this spring, but for the most part, when you look at the alpha breakdown, Mary Crelly will deal with students maybe A through C or D, and so on, to Miss Giuliano, who works with students maybe W through Z, and everything in between. Our administrators, if you'd stand up, please. Mr. Lincoln, Ms. Paddock, Mr. Como, Mr. Bowens. Welcome to them. Most friendly to have Ms. Paddock, who's with us 60% of the time here at the high school, 40% at the middle school. It's not 50-50. And so that's wonderful to have her, and she knows a lot of your children already too. So again, a lot of friendly, good people who want the best for your children too, and they work with various letters of the alphabet. And then I'm going to turn it over to the middle school to talk a little bit to you about what has been happening the last, well, 2 days, not yesterday of course, but the day before and today with program planning, course selection. Your students have been meeting with our high school counselors and getting things going for the fall. So we're going to talk you through that a little bit.
Okay. Hi there, everybody. I just want to let you know, introduce myself. I'm Catherine Weeble, and this is Kristen Hahi, and we're two counselors for 8th grade. Erica Oliveri is not here tonight, but she's also an 8th grade counselor. We've been busy this week. You should have gotten a letter home, kind of giving the process of how we're going to be running program planning. And then Rebecca Scott from the teachers, we met with all the kids in 8th grade on Tuesday, and they were able to look over the classes that they're going to be taking at the high school, the core classes. And then today, we were supposed to do it yesterday, but we did it today. They were able to pick all of their electives that they're going to. So they're going to be taking 2 electives, each equaling half credit and 1 3-year elective. So they did that today, and don't sweat it. Some kids might want to change their mind. That's okay. We're going to be in 8th grade lunches next week. We'll have a table set up. If anyone wants to make any changes, we're there. They can also make an appointment to talk with us and make changes. If you're wondering about any of the recommendations, basically it's the next level of the class that they're taking now. You know, so social studies 8, social studies 9, etc. And the next level of the math or science. If you have any questions about those, check in with the current teacher. And then please check in with your counselor if there's any other questions. But we should be posting the all of the course lists, including the electives that they've chosen, right before February break. So about that week of February 10th, it will be posted on Parent Square. You're not going to get anything in the mail, but it will be posted on Parent Square. Take a look at those, look them over. If there's any discrepancies, any questions, don't hesitate to call or to reach out, email with any questions that you might have. Anything else we're missing? But we got great kids. We love working with them. They were so good on Tuesday and today. So excited about things. Very, very attentive, and so they're in great hands here at the high school, and they're going to have a wonderful experience. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Right here.
Students, when this spring, after February, when all the course selections come over to Brighton High School, Mr. Como actually is our assistant principal, builds our master schedule and what periods and when these courses are going to run, and that will be built based on what you choose. So we want you to choose wisely, and you're going to get a lot of guidance from your middle school counselors, but they'll be helping you right through the time that they send them to the high school in February, and then right through June. Over the summer, if you have questions, you can start contacting your high school counselor. The schedule's built. We do our course selections for our current 9th, 10th, and 11th. We look at how many courses are going to run, sections that are going to run, reviewing those schedules to make sure students have what they need. Everything gets finalized, and then the end of August, and I don't know the date exactly yet, but the schedules will be released on the parent portal on School Tool. And you'll be able to look up your schedule. If you have questions during the summer, you can feel free to email or call your child's counselor. And again, you'll know who they are by the late spring. Pages 45 to 47 and 48 through page 60 are really, it's devoted to what we do here at Brighton High School as far as your courses. What courses we offer. For each department, there's a short list, a master list of all the classes we offer per department. Middle school students, it might look a little different from what you saw there today because we're giving you the selection for what ninth graders can choose. But what you have in that packet tonight are all the courses that you will be able to take through your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year. So there's a lot of courses there. You can also watch some videos, the program of studies, which has descriptions of each of the courses we offer, like virtual business. What exactly is that? How does that run? Well, you can look that up online. Our program of studies is probably 150 pages with descriptions of each course. You can go there and check it out. And then, as you start the high school, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. We'll share where you learn about the high school, how you get acclimated to things here. It's going to be a lot different than the middle school, but there's still the same people around, your teachers, your counselors, administrators who want to help you. And there's a whole curriculum that our counselors will put you through as students from 9th grade to 12th grade to prepare you for what you're going to see after high school. Whatever where your path may take you. And in 9th grade, you're actually starting a resume. And you're working with something called Naviance and figuring out, some of the things that maybe you've already done. You'll learn how to track things throughout high school. You'll continue that in 10th, 11th, and 12th. And everything as it moves towards the high school 12th grade, junior year, the college process, military options, gap years, all these things that maybe you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. That's okay. We've got time to explore. But your counselors will take you through a nice curriculum and help you with that. And parents, each year we have a parent night, and your children are welcome to come to that too, but they'll be hearing it in their counseling seminars. But as families, you can come and learn. What are we doing in a 9th grade year in more depth? Same with 10th and 11th, and then with senior year. So we'll have nights for you as well. Students, I want you to hear this with your families, because when I tell you this at the middle school, when it's just you, you're probably not going to be listening. You're going to be very excited about wanting to come here and talking to our other students in June when Mr. Green helps pull you all together as a group. The transcript. Basically, this is what you leave high school with. It's a list from 8th grade, some of you who are earning credits in language or math or science. It lists your courses that you've taken, your final grade, and then credits that you've earned. And if you don't earn the credits, you don't move on to 10th grade. Now, the vast majority of our 9th graders will become 10th graders. But there's always a few, and think about yourself and reflect on it. If you've gone through 7th and 8th grade and you haven't really passed too many courses, or you're having a lot of problems, and maybe you're not, and it's not necessarily effort, it's just you're not doing the homework, or you're not really engaged, but you move on to the next grade level regardless. In high school, that will not happen. If you start 9th grade and you don't earn credits, you're going to be a 9th grader again. Now, I don't mean to scare you, but that's something you really need to think about as you start your high school career. You do well in your courses, you move on to 10th grade, then 11th and 12th, and we have all sorts of supports to help you, but it also requires you to really do that work. You will not just be moved to the 10th grade. Okay? And this little document is what you leave school with for jobs, military, or college. This is what they look at. They kind of see what did you do in high school, on top of all the activities and sports and other things that you do. Okay? And again, you're going to learn all about that as you move through your high school career. Someone lean on the lights. There we go. Academics, that wasn't a part to scare you. The transcript, that was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. But then we just, it wasn't in the script. Our academic support options, if you get into school and you find, you know what, I really need some support. Many of you were attending the meetings prior to this. There's built-in supports based on your child's needs. We will also work with students in the first several weeks of school. How are they doing? Monitoring their grades, communicating, and then if we need to put some supports in place, we have all sorts of avenues to do that without being classified or having a 504 or an IEP. These are all opportunities that all of our students have access to. We also have, great at the high school, a peer tutoring service. If you'd rather not work with an adult, but you really need a student, several students started this club 2 years ago, and you can use the QR code, a student can sign up, you can meet these students in the library, you can meet them at central office, they meet for an hour after school, I think it's on Tuesdays. But they will set up one-on-one tutoring with you, and it's free, okay? With our own students. So the 9th grade transition, look at this list of things that we will work with you on and how you transition. So tonight's 8th grade family night. June, Mr. Green, he will have assemblies, your counselors, administrators, and seniors will come and talk to you. And it will be in a small atmosphere, all the A through Gs. Then we have another day the H through Os, and another day the P through Z. We have a new family orientation. If you want to come to that in August, or if you know a friend of yours couldn't come tonight, or a family couldn't come, and they ask you to pick up a packet, at the end of August, they're invited to the new family night for all new families to Brighton. Our 9th grade link crew is all juniors and seniors. It's kind of like your middle school TCMS Strong program from 5th to 6th grade, except this is 8th to 9th. They will work with you at an orientation in August, do some games and fun things, give you tours, talk to you. Then you get to spend an entire semester meeting with upper class students and an advisor once a week for the whole semester. It's relatively new. And that's a way to help transition you, answer your questions, help you out. And they also have a curriculum to take you through. Our club and activity fair, Mr. Lincoln, assistant principal, oversees that. He will put that out. We will have you go to that activity fair and start thinking about clubs that you might want to join. And in this packet, there is a list of all the clubs and activities that we offer. It's quite extensive, and I encourage you to look through it so that you might have a better idea of what you might be interested in. Then we have the 9th grade family nights, seminars for students. All of our 9th graders will go through counseling seminars. They, again, have their curriculum. And if you need a little extra support, we also have counseling groups that meet regularly, and that would start up in October. Here's our link crew, all upperclassmen, and this is the curriculum that they will take you through, from just introduction to BHS to just talking about community building, relationships, mental health. All of those things are part of this curriculum. Our parents many years ago asked me to put together some sort of glossary for you, and this can help students too, on all the crazy terms that we use in education, and especially here in Brighton, like the open campus, the flex time, the free periods, Brighton Support Center, BSC. That is in there. You can take a look at that, page 19 through 23. And again, some of that might not make sense until you actually get into it at school. And then our clubs and activities, page 24 through 39, lists over 80 different clubs and activities and a description with the advisor that you can contact if you're interested. We encourage every freshman to look at least one club or sports team. And I'll tell you, I would say, I think there's 82% of our students are involved in something, and the majority of students who are involved in something feel much better about their schools and feel like they do belong. We're shooting for 86 to 87% this year once we do our survey. And we want students to get involved, in addition to your classes, doing something here at school. Eastern Moreau Career Center, and the chef there actually was a pizza shop off Park Ave. And Cody Durhat left here, graduated, now he's open to business. He had business classes here, went to MCC. If school, like college, if you're thinking, I don't know if I want to go to college, you're not sure, but you want to, maybe you like working with your hands, construction, electrician, maybe a beautician, nails and hair, anything, or culinary, plus many other programs, automotive and auto body. Junior year, you have an opportunity to attend half-day sessions at the EMCC in Fairport. And you can do that your whole junior year and senior year, half a day each. You graduate with a Regents diploma, you can still go to college, or you can go into one of these trades. So you'll talk more about that in 9th and 10th grade too. If you love the visual performing arts, we do 3 shows a year. We have bands, music. You've been to some of the a cappella shows. It's incredible. There's a listing of all of those activities on page 41 and athletic opportunities on page 42. Many sports that we offer our students. We had several sectional championships this year. We're very excited. Ms. Stern, our college and career coordinator. Many of you, if you haven't had a child here in a few years, or this is your first, we actually have a built-in counselor that your children can start working with at any time when they're ready to go to work. If they want to experience maybe an opportunity to shadow somebody in a job, have an internship, or do an independent study, she can help with all of that. That's her entire job, and to prepare them for other things after high school. If you want to, as far as communication, Hall's Corner, please look at that. You'll get lots of information. We want you to email our teachers. We're asking our teachers to email you, communicate with you. But if you have any questions at any time, please reach out to them. Reach out to them, and if you don't hear back from them within a reasonable amount of time, 2 days, maybe 3, but 2 days, especially if it's something important and you email, you don't hear back, please let one of us know, the administrators or counselors. We will follow up. Maybe there's an issue, but you should expect a response. But we want that to happen. Parent Square, Hall's Corner, robocalls, we'll do it all, and or portal. Our flex time is much different, middle schoolers, compared to what you use for flex. Our flex is right in the middle of the day. Again, you'll learn more about this when you start in the summer with orientation. But our flex is right in the middle of the day. All the students are free, the teachers are free, and you have an opportunity to make decisions on where you want to go. I'm going to get help from a teacher, I might eat lunch, I might hang out with my friends, I might go to the gym and play basketball. I might go to the library and study for a quiz that I have coming up in 5th or 6th period. Pretty much anything you can imagine that you can do productively, or at least positively, you can do. And if you can handle that time, I mean, it's amazing how well it flows each and every day here at the school. And for you to have time with your teachers if you really need to see them and your schedule just never match up. So open campus, I will share with freshmen that you will not have open campus the first quarter at Brighton High School next year. Some of you parents, you're like, yes, no, we've always allowed freshmen to leave for the first quarter, but next year we're doing something a little different, and we want students to stay in the building for that first quarter. And after grades come in and we find that you're transitioning well and you've used your time wisely and you're not getting into a bunch of trouble, you're not skipping classes, once the quarter's over, you're going to be allowed, if your parents allow it, you'll be allowed to then sign out if you have a free period, 5th, 6th, or 7th, and sign out of the building and go to the middle school, not the middle school, go to 12 Corners, maybe grab something to eat there, take a walk, go outside. You can do that. But after the first quarter, and you have to be doing, you don't have to be getting A's, B's, or even C's necessarily, but we need to see that you're doing your best in your classes and that your behavior has been, for the most part, pretty good. Then we will give you that privilege. It's not a right. So we will allow you to leave. As a senior, they can leave 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, 6th, 7th. So you earn that as a senior too. But that's open campus. Lunch options. We want everybody to eat lunch, but you've probably heard the high school doesn't have a lunch period. And we don't. For a lot of reasons, we want students to eat. Our cafeteria is open pretty much all day long, plus we have breakfast. So kids can eat, they can eat in their classrooms. We have this schedule, and as freshmen, it's 5 or 6 classes plus phys ed everybody needs to take. And if you feel you want to have your child with a built-in lunch period, the same period every day, we can do that. It may restrict when they can take certain classes. And some kids find after a few weeks, and hopefully our students will talk about it, they will follow a pattern and get into a pattern where they eat, but maybe one day they're eating during flex, one day they're eating during 5th, or even 4th. Sometimes they eat in a class once they find out what works best for them. We want them to eat every day, But because of our schedule and the opportunities we offer with labs in-house, and not like Pittsburgh where the labs are after school, we don't have a set lunch period. But the cafeteria pretty much is open all day long. It's a family decision on how you want to operate with that lunch. And for every parent I hear say, I really don't agree with this, I feel they should have a lunch period. Well, I do too. They can have free periods where they eat every single day. Maybe within, period of each other. But without having the lunch period, it does allow for a lot of flexibility with our courses. And parents and students, especially as they get older, find out how to make that work, and it does work for them. So that's kind of how our lunch program works. You'll see tons of dogs, therapy dogs here at the high school. We have about 9 working therapy dogs who work here at Brighton High School. They're not here every day. We probably have 2 or 3 on a given day. And kids love them. We will send a letter in the summer offering, if you want to talk about allergies or fear of dogs, we know that's real, but we have been able to work through it for the last 5 years, and it's a successful program. So you will see those dogs, friendly faces. They will never just be running around the school off leash, but kids absolutely love them. All the graduation stuff. This class is, I'm sorry to say, you're kind of going to be an experiment with New York State. They're talking about changing the Regents curriculum, Regents diplomas, and your class will be the first to experience that. I don't have the answers. The state says it's going to happen, but I don't know what to tell you right now. But because of our capable counselors, we will educate you along the way, and we'll learn through it together. Same with exams. By the time you're a senior, you may not have to pass certain exams that your parents did or students who are graduating this year had to. All of that is yet to come. So more to come on that. And lastly, before I turn over the student or to the student panel, if you ever feel like this at home and you're just ready to pull your hair out and scream, or you're ready to take to Facebook and complain about the high school or that darn Dr. Hall, the principal, why didn't he cancel school? No, I don't cancel school, okay? That is not the principal's job. But why did they do whatever? My kids said this happened in the school today. I can't believe it. Please, before you go out there and do that, call me, email me. I get back to people pretty quickly. And I'll be honest with you. If it happened, it happened. But hopefully, your child sometimes has part of the story, and I can hopefully finish the story. And then if you don't like it and you still disagree, call Dr. McGowan or go to Facebook, whatever you need to do. But at least give me the opportunity to talk to you first before you do that, okay? That's what I ask. Students, seniors, perfect timing, come up, grab a mic. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to turn over our seniors and Miss Vigiani, who is playing our... You have a mic? Oh, here. Our MC, Ms. Vigiani.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to see so many familiar faces. Thanks for coming out tonight. We have the luxury of having some of the best students, maybe in the country, and many of them are here tonight. These are seniors. They're going to introduce themselves. They're going to share some things that they're involved in at Brighton High School. Caleb, I'm so happy you're here. And we pulled them out of basketball practice. And they're going to share with you what they are planning to do after high school. And then we've got some questions that a few of them they will answer, and then we'll go on from there. So, Frances, you want to start us off?
Hi. Hello. I'm Frances. What was I supposed to Oh, okay. After high school, I'm going to major in neuroscience. I hope to go into psychiatry. I am involved I direct a cappella groups at the high school. I play the bassoon. I run the swing dance club here. I do Model UN, and I'm super involved in the physics department and the math department at Brighton.
Hi, I'm Annalise Yartz.
Sacred Heart University next year. I'm majoring in psych and am also going for D1 rowing. I'm a captain and coxswain of Brighton Rowing Club here, and I'm also a photo editor for Yearbook. And yeah, I also work a job outside of that.
Hi, I'm Samuela Botway. I'm a senior here at Brighton. After I graduate, I'm going to be attending Boston College and majoring in psychology. Some stuff I do at the high school is I'm the secretary for Red Cross Club. I'm involved in some of the music groups here. I'm part of the winter musical right now, Mamma Mia. Vice president of African American Black Studies Club, CCLT, and some other stuff outside of school.
Hi, my name is Tara Lama. I'm a senior here at Brighton. In Brighton, I'm involved in a bunch of different activities, but the main ones are Model UN, Climate Club, Teen Institute, and Orchestra. I also work at the Brighton Memorial Library outside of school, lovely place you should definitely visit. And after high school, I'm going to be going to a four-year university pursuing public health.
Hi, my name is Joy Timadu. I'm a senior here, and next year I'm also going to a four-year university. I'm majoring in aerospace engineering, and I'm part of I'm part of the leadership of two community service clubs here in Brighton, Harmonies for Healing and Friends of Rachel. It's really fun. I think everyone should definitely join. And I'm also part of Science Olympiad, and yeah, I enjoy everything that I do.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Cohen, and I'm a senior. I am planning on attending Alfred State, majoring in construction electricianness. I'm not sure where I want to go with that yet. I play varsity field hockey and have since 8th grade. I work a lot outside of school, and I also attend NCC for the trade electricity program.
Hello, I'm Drew Sobel. I'm a senior, and I'm hoping to look forward to an engineering major. I haven't decided where yet, but I'm on the hockey team and I play golf.
I'm Caleb Matthews. I'm a senior. I play varsity football. I'm looking to attend a four-year to play football. I work outside of school. It's really good.
I'm Efren Gonzalez. I also played football with Caleb. I work outside of school as well. I did link crew for last year, my junior year. I did link crew. It's a good program. A lot of you freshmen will be going through that next year. And yeah, I plan on attending a four-year university and studying in business administration. So.
Hi, I'm Ryan Estrada, and my plan for next fall is to attend Syracuse University to continue my academic and my lacrosse career. And I also am a captain for the girls lacrosse program and the girls basketball program.
All right, first question, and you know the drill, so a few people will answer each question, whichever you feel most comfortable with. So this one's going to be, what academic supports have been most useful to you throughout high school? Ireland.
Things that have been helpful for me is that I'm in resource room because I have an IEP, so I definitely have that. I have it right now in 8th period, and it's definitely really helpful to get my work done and to have a teacher who can help you in all subjects, and they're very helpful. And I go there a lot just to get my work done and to get another teacher's opinion on my work.
I mean, the Brighton High School Library, always, I think you're probably gonna hear that a lot up here, it's always a good resource. Just know your schedule, understand how it works every single day, know what periods you have free and that you can go look or go to the library and go see a teacher. Currently I'm taking pre-calc and it's a little bit challenging for me sometimes, and sometimes it's not challenging for me, but just being able to rely on a teacher and have a good relationship with them. I go and see her whenever I need to go see her during my free period. So just having a good relationship with your teachers, I think, is very important. You know, they look out for you, they do care for you, so just having that good connection with one another, it allows you to be flexible and have a time spot in your schedule that you can go and get some work done with them, no matter what subject.
All right, 2 more people. Somebody want to go? No, go ahead.
Yeah, I've definitely been a really good support going to help rooms during drop days in each classes. Sometimes I need help with like some homework to finish, or I didn't understand a question. Also, like during flex, the teachers are always available to help you with any question that you have, so it's really good too.
All right, next question. How did you handle expectations of increased self-advocacy, responsibility, and working towards independent learning? Groups, academic supports, and at home. No, go ahead.
I have a little bit of a different situation because I'm going to EMCC, but most of the time, if I need help with something, I am able to stay after because you have the flex period. So I'm able to stay after or go early junior year and ask questions, get help, catch up if I missed a day or something. I'm a very independent person, so a lot of it was just like maintaining that independency and making sure that I write stuff down and note stuff that I need to get done, put a timeline. At one point I had an Excel spreadsheet. And just like make sure that you're on top of something, and like when you get something, turn it in as soon as you can and get it done so you don't have to worry about it later.
I definitely felt the pressure in high school to be pulled in a million different directions. I think it's really important that you figure out what you're passionate about and know that it's okay to say no to things you aren't passionate about, even if you're good at them. I also think it's really, really, really important to stay on top of your work if you fall behind in your classes, to advocate for yourself and not just say, okay, it's fine, I'm just bad at this subject, like to go into your teachers and they're really there for you to help you catch up and stay on top of everything.
I feel like compared to middle school, high school was really the time where I learned how to study and learned how to learn. Each person has their own thing and like own organization, and I've never been the organized type. But for me, it was always going to teachers to get help. I was really intimidated to do this when I was a freshman, but I've never had a teacher that rejected me when I've gone to ask help. Everyone's been super welcoming. Another thing that I think is really helpful is like finding some like planner, whether that's like I keep all my planning online for my classes. Like I have like an online planner, but whether it's on paper or anything, just to keep track of your assignments, that's been really helpful. I was gonna say pretty much what Annalie said, and that I have like a Google Calendar and I time block things, so like what time I'll have school, what time I'll have practice or rehearsal, and when I have to study, and I find that visually being able to see what I have to get done throughout the day and throughout the week is really helpful for me.
Anybody else? You're an organized group of people. We could all learn from you. All right, so how about, what recommendation do you have for parents supporting their freshman children?
This is something my parents did, not as much this year because I'm more proud of my work, but definitely check the school tool and make sure your kids are handing in the work. You know, I was definitely a victim to many, like, you didn't hand this in, you know, like, there are a lot of angry texts asking me to do things, but when I was a freshman, I wasn't really up, like, it's hard to stay on top of your work, well, it's a new, but yeah, just make sure you know what your kids are up to. Give them reminders. It's easy to forget. Yeah, we're all just learning here. So.
I think going into high school is a super big jump for both kids and for parents, especially as your kid grows into a young adult and they're going to shift and change. I think it's really important to set like achievable goals with your kid, not just at your kid, and things that they can achieve, pushing them to be their best personal self. Another thing that I think is really important is like having a conversation with your child about just like being honest. Like if your kid is struggling in school or socially, being able to have like total transparency is something that's really helped me, just so I can handle my issues constructively without like knowing that I'm going to be judged, has been really great. So I think just having conversations,
My main advice would just be like, be gentle with your child, kind of going off of Annalise's point earlier. Like high school is a really big transitional period, especially for freshmen. And I think it can be a rough time for a lot of kids, and that might make them do things that you perceive as like irrational or annoying, and you just can't wrap your head around it. But I would just say be gentle, like try to be calm and understanding, and like Annalise was saying, like just work through things with like good conversation instead of like shutting them down, because I think if you shut your child down with like harsh reactions, over time they're not going to come and want to confide in you, and it's really important to have that bond throughout high school, because as you get older, the problems get more serious, and you really want to have that like established relationship where they feel comfortable coming to you. And I think a big thing you can do with that is just be gentle with your words and your actions, especially freshman year, because it can be a tricky time.
Yeah, just to bounce off what Tara said, I would just trust your kid, check in with them, obviously, ask them if they need help, and ask them what they need and stuff like that, but also trust that they're telling you the truth and don't overwhelm them all the time, just be there for them whenever they need you, but you don't want to hover over them and just add another factor of stress to them as well, but just be there for them no matter what, and, they're going to change good ways and ways that you might not agree with, but that's why you just, check in with your kid all the time, but also just trust them and accept them for who they are and what they want to do.
All right. What was your experience with friendship and friendship shifting, and how is that now?
I would say going into high school, I thought I was gonna stay with my friend group from middle school for like the rest of high school. That didn't happen. So just embrace the change and understand that people are learning and growing at different times than you are, and sometimes you guys are not meant to be on the same path. So it's okay to grow up, because that makes space for new people to come into your life.
I can say that from going from middle school to high school, a lot of my friends that I was friends with in the middle school, I'm still very close with, because I believe in if it comes down to you, don't burn the bridge. I like to keep my bridge open, and I like to be genuine with people, and I like to have all my friendships. So a lot of the ones that I've met in middle school are still some of my friends today, and even after me and him have been friends since kindergarten. It's just been crazy, and then coming out here and then seeing him again, it just rekindles it. And then him having new friends, he kind of brought me into his friend group, and then became friends with a lot of these guys. So I believe in keep those same friends, and then if it's up to you, if they ended, then that's on them. But then there's always going to be new opportunities to meet new people every day, everywhere. So.
I will say, coming from a perspective of a to Brighton when I was a sophomore year. And I came from a whole other school, a whole other country, and I was really scared of like making friends. English not my first language, so it was like a very different shift. But Brighton High School specifically was a really nice environment, and I was very welcome, and I had a lot of friends coming in, and the friends that I met in sophomore year are still my friends until today. So I'm very grateful for all of them. One thing that I will say from not only new students coming from other places, but for everyone, be open, make sure that you're involved in a lot of activities. A lot of friends that I did was towards like track that I was after school, other activities in clubs that I was involved. So make sure that your kids are involved, and they will definitely make friends and real friends.
Once I joined acapella, I have friends for life. I think it's really important that your kids join an activity because they will have built-in friends no matter what. But also, in high school, the friendships are a little different because you're friends with people who are in all different grades, which is definitely different in middle school. I don't think I was friends with across grades as much. So in high school as a freshman, I definitely looked up to a lot of upperclassmen, but also like make sure that when you guys are underclassmen that you don't give the upperclassmen too much power because they're just people too.
All right, we're going to ask 2 more questions. How did you manage having free periods? Having the ability to eat lunch at any time, open campus, and having open campus to leave school during the day? Tara, you look like you're ready to go.
For free periods, I would definitely say that it changes a lot based on like the year of school you're in and your schedule. For example, my freshman year, I don't really think I typically used my free periods to do work because like freshman year I just didn't experience like a big homework load, so I would typically just like hang out with friends, like just kind of socialize. And then by junior year, it was like every free period was just like 45-minute nonstop, like I'm trying to do everything. So I think it really evolves. But what I will say about free periods is do your best to be productive during them, especially if you like have like a job or a sport after school or like a play or something like that, like you won't have that time to do it later. But also try to enjoy them because they are sort of a break in the day, and if you just go to class and then you work during your free periods, you might start to get a little bit burnt out. So I think it's important, even if you spend like half the free period doing work and half the free period just like chilling, I think that you should try to like use it as a break, especially if it's been like a really hectic week, because even if like, you feel like you're not being productive, it's like important to take that pause in the day.
I think the free periods really test your maturity, and like there's always going to be those group, like one group of kids who don't have any work and out like maybe playing a game or something. But you have to realize when you have work and if you have work, you gotta lock in during those free periods, because that's when you normally bang out the most homework. But if you don't do it during the freeze, you have to know, like, is there a time that I'm going to be able to do this later? If no, then you just got to give up having a fun free period and get some work done. Yeah.
I think it's definitely like discipline. I think if you know you have work, I think you should be getting it done in your free periods as much as you can. And if you can't during one of the free periods and you have a next, and it's like totally understandable just to do it your next free period, but I think it's definitely about discipline and having it and just trying to like plan out what you're gonna do during your free periods. Say if you have like a math homework to get done, you just plan it out to get that done during that one free period. But like I said before, it's definitely just about discipline.
If you are friends with people who are productive, you will be productive during your free periods.
All right. What do you wish you knew then as an 8th grader or an incoming coming in new to Brighton, what do you wish you knew then that you know now? You can go all the way down the line. Want to start? No? Okay, somebody else start. Go ahead, Arlene.
Something that I wish I knew that in 8th grade is that everything will be just fine. Like ahead of time, like it matters so much to you in that moment, but trust me, like in like months, even weeks, it won't matter that much than it did in that moment, and that everything will be okay.
Just always stay prepared, you know, try your best. If you have tests and stuff, you know, study for them. But at the end of the day, if you get to the test and you know you did your best and that question just isn't clicking for you, just don't stress over it too much. I mean, like she said, it's going to be fine. I mean, you obviously want to pursue good grades and all that stuff, which is perfect. That's what you should. But like I said, prepare yourself and, you know, always hope for the best, expect the worst. Not that the worst is ever going to come, but just always, just always have a good mindset. Just be positive as well all the time. And also, you know, like what Ireland said, everything's going to be fine. Can't worry about that too often. And, you know, it goes by fast. You know, I think we can all agree on that, being up here. It does go by really fast, and you want to enjoy everything. You know, if you want to play a certain sport, you know, just give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But, you know, always give it a try so you don't look back and dwell on it and regret it. You know, I didn't play football for many years when I was here. I actually started playing my junior year of high school, and one of the best times of my life. I absolutely don't regret it. So, I mean, you know, you never know what you'll like. So just try everything while you're here. I mean, it goes by fast.
There's a lot. Okay, I got you. I would say, don't take everything too seriously. Like, obviously, like, stay focused on, like, your schoolwork and all that, but, like, have fun with it. Like, don't be so serious and, like, droopy. Like, even if you're, like, having a bad day, like, it never hurts to still, like, say hi to someone in the hallway or, like, someone new, just say good morning. You know, just keep a smile on your face. Like, it might be like, you might feel terrible on the inside, but, I mean, making someone else's day, I mean, it makes me feel better. So, I mean, it could make you feel better.
Okay, if you're having trouble in a class, let your teacher know you're having trouble in the class. They're there to help you. They're not gonna, you know, scold you for not knowing like how to do something or what to do. Yeah.
A lot of good things have really been said. Letting it go, everything happens for a reason. If something happens, just let it go. It's not gonna matter in 2 hours. It doesn't matter. Move on. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Use flex as an opportunity. I really regret not using it my freshman, sophomore, and a little bit of my junior year. Kind of clicked halfway through junior year. Oh, I can really use this to like actually be helpful. And just like enjoy it, because like coming into this, like I was like, oh, 2025 is super far away, and now I'm like, holy crap! Like writing writing the date on the paper. I was like, oh, it's still 2024. No, it's not. It's 2025. It goes by really fast. I know people will say that to you over and over and over, but it really does, and you really need to just enjoy every moment, every bad day, every, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to do this moment. Just enjoy everything and soak it all in, because it doesn't last for forever.
I would definitely say enjoy every moment. When I came like from middle school to high school in general, I would feel like very stressed and very overwhelmed about like grades, being on top of classes. Of course, it's really important, but like I would be so stressed out about my grades and like keep up my GPA and everything. And also I would look up at my brother that would be going to college. So like I knew like what were the steps about like high school and how I would try to like follow the same thing and like just like stress over grades in general. And to be honest, like when I was a freshman, I thought I knew what I was going to do. I already had like everything planned for my future, where I was going to college and so many stuff, but things change. When I was in 8th, 9th grade, I would say, oh no, I'm definitely not going to change my mind. This is like, this is it, and I'm going to do this. But it did change my perspective of life and everything, changed a lot, and you're not the same person throughout the 4 years. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself, you're not too stressed over your grades. Your grades do not tell you who you are. You are who you are, not your grades. So it's definitely very important to talk to your parents too. It's very important too.
The biggest thing I wish I knew back then was just to like say yes to new opportunities. I think this school, we're so privileged and we have so many really wonderful clubs and organizations and sports and trips your kids can go on. And I would just say, like, please, like, embrace those things. And it might be scary to try something new, to go to the new club, to try out for the sports team, to try out for the play. But I think so many people that are sitting up on the stage can attest to, like, how many amazing experiences they had and how many, like, interesting new people they met through saying yes. So I would say before you immediately say no, think about the possibility of saying yes and what that could mean. Yeah, I would just say have an open mind about things and you might enjoy stuff you didn't think you would.
Similar to what Tara said, I would say like to embrace the change and don't be scared to try new things, because half the things that I'm doing now I was not thinking about doing them my freshman year, and that's one thing I regret. I would also say just don't be shy. Like I used to be really shy freshman year, and now like I'm really open to other people and trying new things, and I think that really brings out a lot of connections throughout high school. So yeah.
I really agree with what Ireland and Caleb said about just like taking time for yourself. The biggest thing that I wish I knew was that it's okay to take a step back to, practice self-care, to take care of yourself. When I came in as a freshman, I would push myself really, really hard to the point where I was so stressed that I was actually doing worse in school. And I only started like going to bed on time or like taking, small breaks to look at my phone when I did my homework, like my junior or senior year. And I actually like started doing so much better when I had the time to like take a step back, relax, go to sleep on time, eat a good meal. It's okay to recognize your personal needs in order to achieve those goals, and I think that's really important.
I just want to say something very similar to you. I have literally just learned this year that the key to being happy is balancing everything. And you cannot be a workaholic and you can't be a not doing workaholic. You have to be somewhere in the middle to be good at the things that you're doing. Because otherwise you will be bad at the things that you are doing if you do too much of it. So I also think that it's really important that you enjoy being at school, because you're here for 4 years and that's longer. It's short, but it's long. And you're here every single day for 5 days a week, and you have to enjoy the classes that you are taking. And if you don't like the classes you are taking, you have to find a way to enjoy them. That's at least how I really liked high school. I don't know if that's relatable, but I really liked high school. But I think I found ways to enjoy it. Okay. I enjoyed most of high school. But I think like really finding ways to do things. I'm a collaborative person. I made a lot of friends in my classes and started study groups and things like that. That really worked for me. You need a friend base to enjoy your school because you have to do it.
I will just say, I am so proud of all of you. And seeing you grow and mature over these 4 years that I've known you has been really a pleasure. And I know for our 8th graders out there, you may be like one of these students sitting up on stage, or some of the struggles that maybe some had, some of the likes and things that you want to do. You might be up on this stage your senior year. And I'm excited to have you come and see us. And adults, so much of what they shared with us, I think even as adults in our world, there's some good advice there from these young people. So thank you. Our administrators will be down front. If you have any specific questions you'd like to ask us, please enjoy the rest of your spring. 8th graders, we'll see you in May and June. Thank you.
This has been a special presentation from the Brighton Central School District.